Right, the set has changed, and that means only one thing. It's time for the most exciting part of this broadcast. It's time for Her Say, and tonight, as we mentioned earlier, we are celebrating motherhood. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I promised that there will be a number just below your screen. Be sure to call in. Just wish your mom a happy Mother's Day. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, if I do say so myself. So my guest, we will be having Maureen Waititu. You don't want to miss this conversation. Maureen is a fantastic mom. She'll be joining us live via Zoom. We also have Lucy Moria, who is a politician, a mom, and she prides herself in being a grandma. She'll be telling us that later on. And we also have Diana Chidera. Diana is a sports scientist and a mom. Interesting, right? Karibuni sana to studio, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, let's just dive right in. Who is, Diana, let's start with you now that you are next to me. You are a sports scientist. How do you balance this between being a sports scientist and being a mom? Tell us about it.
Thank you very much. I'm a sports scientist by profession, and I'm also a mom of one amazing daughter. I'd say sports science is basically the study of movement, and motherhood is all about movement as well. So they all combine. And yeah, that's how I'm able to juggle both of them.
Mm-hmm. Now, how did you come now to the conclusion that now sports scientist is all about being a mom, and now you want to join these two together? What was the motivation from? What drove you to coming into this conclusion that you wanted now to become a sports scientist?
So I was a sports scientist before I was a mom. Mm-hmm. So I'd say sports science is all about wellness. And generally, motherhood is, the work of a mother is to nurture and to take care of the society in general. So the combination of what I studied in school and what motherhood entails has me taking care of my daughter in particular and also the society in general. Mm-hmm. So I encourage mothers out there and people in society to value their wellness and just engage in a healthy lifestyle generally. Mm-hmm.
Lucy Moria, it's so interesting to have you in studio with us tonight. You pride yourself so much in being a grandma. Now, you are not only a grandma, a mom, but also a politician. Tell us how you're juggling these three. Now, a grandma is a job in itself, a mom is a job in itself. Being a politician, it's even a greater job in itself. Now, tell us, how do you juggle these things?
For your information, among all those jobs, the best job is being a mom. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it ever bothered me. Fortunately, before I got into politics, my kids were already grown. You hear, I am a proud grandma. Mm-hmm. So what my daughter here is talking about, she's talking about her kids who are supposed now to be my grandkids. Mm-hmm. So our challenges them days were very different. And I think I was almost like a stay-home mom when I raised my kids, because I was doing business and I had a lot of time in my hands for my kids. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like that difficult, because my kids, when they are leaving for school, mm-hmm. I'm with them, I drop them, I pick them, and a lot of times they find me home and I spend a lot of time with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How old is your oldest, Lucy?
Hey, old enough.
We just want to know, for these many years that you have had the privilege of being a mom, how has Mother's Day celebrations been like for you? How do you make it special?
This time round, I think it's more special when I call myself a grandma. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just calling myself, somebody calls me grandma. And yes, my kids celebrate me, and this is not the time when just the husband or they used to say, now it's my kids who remember, oh, Mom, mm-hmm. Happy Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy also to tell my daughters Happy Mother's Day to them, because my also daughter-in-laws, Happy Mother's Day to them, mm-hmm. and all these young mamas around.
Right.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
Dorothy, how old is your child, your daughter?
My daughter is 2 years. She's turning 3 in September, so she's 2.5 there.
So how do you make this day special for you? This is your second Mother's Day. Is it second or third?
Going to be my third.
This is your third. How do you make it special now that you're a new mom?
I think for me, I'd say motherhood brought this awakening of I need to be the best version of myself. I believe in teaching by example and not just, I don't want to be those parents that tell their kids, I want you to be, let's say, number one in school, and I was never that. So motherhood brought this awakening of I need to take care of myself. I need to reach out for my dreams and just put myself out there. So what the challenge I give myself in I'd say every year where we get to celebrate Mother's Day is what new thing have I done for myself? Probably that would be your question. What new thing have I done for myself this year that is different from the other times?
Tell us about it.
Wow, so for now, the one that's coming top of my mind is I was able to audition for an acting role. That is something I think I've always thought I had the gifting in, and I've always wanted to do, but I've just been telling my friends about it. But I got a chance to do it. It felt thrilling, it felt scary, it felt all these things. And I felt like I'm actually confident enough to tell my daughter, you want to be an astronaut, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or anything, just go for it. Give it a shot.
All right, now let's get Maureen Waititu. Maureen, how are you? Good evening. Happy Mother's Day to you, Maureen.
Hey to all the moms to be, and all the moms to both babies who are here with us and away. Thank you so much for having me.
Maureen, how are you making this day special for yourself?
So this is my 8th Mother's Day, which also falls at the same time as my birthday.
Happy birthday, Maureen.
Thank you. Thank you. Just 2 days ago. But I think I make Mother's Day special every day because I have such a privilege to be raising very delightful children. Of course, I have a lot of support around me, and it's just really delightful. It's a privilege and a blessing that I would wish everybody can experience. But yes, I am every minute, we have to look for pockets of happiness, pockets of appreciation, because adulting is real and motherhood is even harder.
It is. Tell us about it. Now, what is your most rewarding experience as a mom, Maureen?
I think for me, it's just observing my children grow and really have qualities and values that I've prayed for since probably when I knew I'll be a mom many years ago. I always knew I was going to have like 2 boys in my life, and seeing them turning out to be such wonderful men, young men rather, and very obedient, and they know how to pray and they know how to take care of themselves. I think that's the most rewarding thing, because I think as a mom and other moms, and also the moms online today and grandma must agree, I think 5 times in a day we always ask ourselves, what if I'm not there? What if I am not there? Are they going to be able to take care of themselves? So daily I see whatever I teach them profess and come to be. So I think that's the greatest joy of motherhood for me.
All right, thank you, Maureen. Let's come back to studio now. Lucy, what is your most rewarding experience as a mother and as a grandmother?
My most rewarding is getting to see my children, my own children, growing, becoming somebody who today, instead of me telling them, we sit down and tell one another, we discuss things, we tell and we get excited about my grandkids, and, like my youngest grandkid just turned 1 last week, so I'm excited, and she's named after me. So it's exciting.
Yes.
And I think, like, when it comes to raising, the the way we were so strict on our own children, it's not the way we are to, I feel even they are bothering my granddaughter. No, why are you telling her that? Don't shout, don't do that. Sometimes they remind me, Mom, but that's what you used to beat, you used to remind. But no, you can't talk to my granddaughter like that. So we tend to spoil, and it just comes automatically. But your children, you are very strict. Actually, I was a very strict mom, and yeah, it paid. And now today we just respect one another, and we discuss things now as adults. You're talking about my children, and you talk about yours, and yes.
You're saying that now you spoiling your grandkids just comes out naturally, but what aspect has really changed? How has this parenting style changed?
Actually, the parenting style has changed so much. Like, I was just talking to one of young mothers today, and she was telling me about how they raise their kids today. Like, you go to the house, everyone has a phone with them. Everyone has a tablet with them. And this young mom was telling me about the creation of new autism, visual autism. I don't know if you knew about that. The doctor and actually diagnosed. But our children didn't have that. They used to watch cartoons, and those cartoons were not even that addictive, and they could go out and play. Today's kids don't, especially the kids who are born like during Corona time. They just stuck in the house, and then because you don't want them to bother you, you give them phones. Dad is there, mom is there. Ours was not like that. When you're in the house, we're either watching TV together, or we are talking, or I'm checking their books, what they do. But today is like, oh no, Mom, they know. Yeah, my daughter talks English when she is, they think even speaking English is achievement, of which it's not. It's just a language. Even you should be priding, telling me that your daughter is speaking Kikuyu, that would be better.
Right.
But then they think speaking English, copying the modern things on the TV, which some of them, they don't even know the meaning. They think now that is to be civilized, that they know more than we know. They tend to think they know what is good for their children. So sometimes you have to stand firm, also try to help, because our children, actually this generation Z,
yes,
it's totally out.
Right, you're very right.
Yeah.
Now, Maureen, let's just get you again. How has your parenting style changed from how you were raised? How are you parenting differently right now, 8 years? How are you doing it differently?
Great. First of all, let me echo the same sentiments as Lucy echoed. Like, it's so difficult because there's this technology, phones, tablets, and yes, the speaking of English. Personally, I'm really trying to have my boys learn Kikuyu. And I think it's right to say that, yes, times have changed. A lot has changed. And we were raised in this military style. Our baby boomers, who are our parents, had a very different type of raising us. So right now it's trying to balance that, the baby boomers form of parenting, and also now what we call gentle parenting. It's not easy when your kid tells you, oh, mommy, you hurt my feelings because you yelled at me. And you're there thinking, if I told my mother that, I would wake up the following day because of the beating I would get. So it's a balance where you have to really be intentional about the things you teach your children, and to also see what you brag about as a parent. And indeed, like, English is just a language. What about real values that you install in your children's lives? What about values that will allow them to survive in case you're not there? What about raising them? And this is my ultimate way of raising the boys, is that I need to be able to release them and trust that they can be able to take care of themselves in the world. Because as a mother, I'm just a custodian. God chose me to be the mother, but those are not my children. Those are God's children. So I think that is an easier way to guide me, whether we have the screen time or not, of which I'm very strict. We always have like particular screen time. Sometimes you have to again search for these things, like, a long time ago, kids needed to be outside, but nowadays you have to create time for them to be outside, and other little forms and ways of raising them. I guess you just go with the flow, but at the same time you have to be a conscious parent.
Wonderful, Maureen. It's so nice to bring also God at the center of raising a child. Now, I'll pose the same question to you. How are you doing it differently? You're a new mom right now, just 2 years old. How are you doing it differently?
I think I'd say differently for what my parents did. I'll draw it from my own personal example. I think growing up, I don't want to say I didn't have a choice, but I felt like I didn't have room to make decisions concerning a number of things, and probably that made me argue with my parents a number of times. So I give room for my child to give their opinion on what they actually want and what they don't want. But the challenge that I have is being a single parent is now balancing between the loving mom and the disciplinarian. Because I don't want to raise a child who's spoiled, who gets whatever they want. They need to understand that in life, there's just how life is. So as my amazing fellow moms have mentioned, there's a strict side of things, as she has said, but there's also the loving side of motherhood. So for me, it's been challenging balancing the two, but I've found my way as I juggle through being a career woman.
You've also brought in a very great aspect that I just want us to touch on, being a single mom. How are you ensuring that your child does not feel the void of not having a dad in the picture now as a new mom?
I believe that we have a number of, the male, I don't say male species, but I just say male gender is usually there. So it might be lacking in terms of the primary father, that is, but there's just having balance in terms of them interacting with my brother, cousin, father, and friends, that is in the male gender. That way they get to know that we are not just females, because it's me and the nanny and we're all females. So they get to interact with the other people that are part of my life who are the male gender. And through that, they get to understand the dynamics of life.
Right. Lucy, what's your take on that? On being how to fill in this void now that for single moms, for instance, before I bring in Maureen?
Definitely, the question of a single mom or a single dad, it's not an easy task because each child needs a dad and a mom in their lives. And what they draw from their mom is not the same as what they draw from their father. But in case, because it's not a must again, if things don't work, you can't stay there until maybe someone kills you if you're not agreeing. But it would be nice if they were there. But if they are not there, like what she's talking about, to bringing is it a boy or a girl?
A girl.
Actually, girls, they do better with their dad or a man role model. They become more confident when they are raised with a dad or with a man role model. So whatever she's doing with her brothers or even her dad, but make sure your daughter doesn't call your dad. Now, I mean, because they forget. So it's challenging, but it is good. I've seen parents who are single. Sometimes they would rather even be with a single parent than where there's a lot of unhappiness and they are two, but the children are very unhappy. I know a couple of single fathers and single mothers who are doing really well with their children, so long as you have quality time. And it's not just time, quality time. Quality time is when you have that time with your child. You put all your phones away. Your daughter, you're listening to her. Your boy, you're listening to him. He's asking questions. Or it doesn't matter how much you think they are stupid, listen to them. Those questions really mean a lot to them. And there's one parent, Oga Obina, he's a single dad, and I think I really like what he's doing to his children. And the other day I saw him, not just spoiling your kids because you have money will work. even send them home into a country. Do you know anything can happen? Let your child know the flip part of the coin, because anything can happen. And here they are tied to town. They don't even know where they came from. When they go there, they see cows, they're running away. You tell them milk comes from a cow, they know it comes from the supermarket, and you are very proud. My daughter telling me that, oh, your kids are really educated and they know the West things. Again, mwachamila ni mtuma. It doesn't matter where we go, we should always let our children also adopt know about the culture, our African culture. I am a champion of older persons, and I'm doing that now as things that I like doing now that I'm not raising kids. Of course, even with grandkids, they visit me. Yeah, we have some good, but there are things that you ever wanted to do when your things grow, like your kids grow up. Now I'm taking care of older persons. I'm advocating for them, and some of the challenges we are finding, that generational gap is there because of the things we are talking. We are raised that we were like investment to our parents. It was our responsibility to take care of them. But to you, your children, you are never their responsibility. Now, you ask them, when did you see your mom last time? Their mom is lonely wherever they are. Their dad is lonely in Gishagi, somewhere there. They don't go there. So you find these old people there by themselves. They have daughters, they have sons, they have grandkids, but no one remembers them. And if you look back, it is the way you raised your children, because they believed coming to towns, coming to Nairobi, maybe you look less, or you are not civilized, so you detach. That detachment is becoming very difficult for the older community right now, the way we raise. But for us, we knew it's our responsibility to take care of your mother and your father, because we were raised that way. It doesn't matter where you are, even if you're not able to go to where she is or he is, you bring them to your house and be with them.
That's very right. Now we're also reminding them to call in live and wish their moms a happy Mother's Day, so that they don't neglect their mothers just because they are in the city, like you've put it. Now, Maureen, you're also so loud on being a single mom. How are you juggling being a single mom and a working mom?
Great. It's no secret. I've been a single mom for a couple of years now, and just like Lucy has said, you can't have your kids calling you a dad. If you're a mom, you can be a dad, because I see sometimes when moms celebrate Father's Day and they say, "Oh, happy Father's Day to me," I say you can be the best mom, but you cannot be a dad. And so just like Diana has put it across, is you have to identify those male figures who you can incorporate into your kids' lives to teach them the manly things. Like, I'm raising 2 sons, and I'm a girly girl, like you can tell. I'm pink and sparkly.
Right.
I don't know how to be a boy. I don't know how to be a man. I've never been a man or a boy. So I'm very deliberate on particular male figures in my life, including my father, coaches for sports, uncles, and friends who really step in and they really, really bring out that male aspect. Sometimes, and also, again, forgiving yourself. I don't think a lot of single moms wake up and decide to be single moms. So what I can say to single moms is that be gentle with yourself, forgive yourself, and pat yourself on the back, because you're the parent that stays with the kids, and it is well. And along the way, you just become stronger, be open-minded, learn as much as you can, especially from the biblical way of raising children. And then you can just engage in classes. There's so many amazing classes. Like I see in the school that my boys go to, they have but it's a once in 3 months lessons for parents, like parenting classes, and they've been very, very helpful. There's classes for moms of sons. You can see me on the side. I'll tell you where to go and check that out. But the community is amazing. And I think sometimes you have to open yourself up, be vulnerable, forgive yourself, and do the best you can. And hey, we've seen very many successful young men, young women who've been raised by their mothers alone. And anything could have happened. The minute you're a parent or a child, anything can happen to that to the other parent. They could pass away, they could be jailed, they could be incapacitated, and they could even be mentally ill. So things do happen. Just forgive yourself and just turn out as the best parent those children can have.
Wonderful, Maureen. Now, just to remind our viewers, there is a number below your screen, a WhatsApp number. Just record yourself, wish your mom a happy Mother's Day and send it to us on WhatsApp. A video, we will be playing it just live as we continue with this conversation tonight. Remember to send it on WhatsApp and not anywhere else. The number is below your screen. Now, Diana, what is your most challenging part of being a single mom?
Wow. So beside, I think, struggling between being the loving mom and the disciplinarian, I'd say the financial bit of raising a child is not just hanging around with them. There are responsibilities that really come around with it. I think that's when I actually realized, I'm actually a single parent. Before that, I was probably just cool with, it's nice being a mom and taking care of your child. I'd say that is the most challenging bit of being a single mom. And I have received support. I don't want to say that I've not received support from the community, my family, and the amazing friends that I have. And they keep me going. So that is really what I'd say is probably the challenging bit. And then juggling in between being the loving mom and also the disciplinarian. Yeah.
Now, we are all finding this aspect of community. Lucy, tell us about a community that helped you raise your kids, and now that are also helping you now raise your grandkids.
Fortunately or unfortunately, my kids didn't even grow up here in Kenya, so their community, they're in the US out there. Kendi, Karimi, my 2 daughters, and my granddaughters, they are, I love you so much, happy Mother's Day. So they grew up there, but of course the community, whichever community it was good, and I owe them. And like in the US, the community is like the school community, the neighborhood, and also my family and the friends even here. Yeah, all those playing a role. Yeah. Now, and before I continue, I just would want to say my heart goes to the girl from Muranga, 2 of them, the other one from Yuri, who threw themselves into the floods and they were swept away. I think 2-3 days ago. They strapped their kid on their back, 2 of them, and they just dived and died. So as a mother, that's not right. I'm just asking all my daughters in this country, a lot is going on, but there's nothing worthy killing yourself and killing your child. Your child has their own life. And even you have your own life. Like Maureen has said, you are a child of God. And for you to even think of loving anyone, start by loving yourself. Love yourself and love, love, love. You cannot share what you do not have. So even to say, oh, it was my husband or my boyfriend did this, first of all, love yourself. You love yourself, you'll be having the love to share with someone else. If you loved yourself, you wouldn't strap your kid on the back and kill them. So whatever it is, talk to people, talk to your mother. Even if you can't talk to your real mom, there are other people you can talk to. Talk even to me, any girl who is out there, you are a single mom, you are like, this is the end. There's nothing like the end. We have been around, we have seen it all and done it all, and we are still up. So kuanguka, kuteleza si kuanguka, na hata ukianguka, usipoanguka uwezi kuamuka, so lazima uanguke, ndio uamuke. Tena mtihani, wewe kama huku kufanya exam ya form 4 ama university, upite. How would you have convinced us that ulipita? Kwa hivyo mitihani iko ya kupita. Ikipita mtihani hata uanguke mara mbili una repeat. Kama ile yetu ilikuwa ya CPE, siku hizi kama mnarudianga class, ulikuwa unaanguka unaambiwa huyo ni repeater kwa class. So there's nothing so big that can make you kill yourself or kill anyone. Yes.
Now we have a very wonderful message here. Everton Wangatia is watching live from Chiptais, Mount Elgon in Bungoma County. He says, happy Mother's Day to my mom, Susan Kimani Wangatia. I love you so much. May you live long, Mama. I love you more. Mama Everton, happy Mother's Day. If you're watching us live, we do also wish you a happy Mother's Day right here from TV47. Now, Maureen, where do you draw your motivation from as a boy mom, a boy single mom? Tell us, how do you do it for 8 years now?
Wow, that's a very good question. I can tell you it's not easy. Every day I wake up with this fear. I think like 5 times a day I'll think, oh my goodness, am I doing the right thing? Am I really leading them into the right path? But for me, the saddest part is that we have to face the reality that Kenya is sort of a fatherless country. There's so many single moms, and there's a lot of hate and discrimination and stigma towards single mothers without even realizing what the actual problem is into what makes the single mothers. Like I always say, these are the parents who stay, and single moms are some of the people who have the biggest hearts, because it's very easy to find a single mom hosting even other children in their homes. This is something I've seen and witnessed. So I wish the people in the country can be kinder to mothers. And again, I'm going to echo on that, what Lucy had said earlier about the elderly moms back at home. And then there's this whole generational balance where a lot of people, I'm a millennial, so a lot of millennials are trying to heal from mother wounds from the baby boomers. And now we are trying to see what we can do to the alphas, the new ones who come recently, and strike a balance and show up as the best. And also, like, have children who are amazing. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, my mind is all over the place, but those are the things that are coming on top of my head at the moment.
All right, Maureen, before we let you go, just what do you have for your fellow moms or walking this journey with you today? Just a word of encouragement, what do you have for them?
Absolutely. Mamas, hang in there. You're doing an amazing job. Keep showing up. It's okay, like Lucy said, to fall and get up. Take care of yourselves. Be healthy, be happy, and switch your mindset, because that's the most powerful thing. Work hard and do the best you can do. Motherhood is not a walk in the park. It's a huge sacrifice. Like Diana said, the money part, I'm always looking at how my bills are going, and I'm like, what if? Just what if? You entertain that thought. But keep going. It's the ultimate sacrifice, and you're a mother for a reason. God chose you, and He knew that the children you have or will have are woven inside your womb, and they have a great, God has a great plan for them. Remember Jeremiah 29:11, for yourself and for your children. God says, I know the plans I have for you, and these are plans to make you prosper and not to fail you or harm you. So keep going, mamas. Keep going. Keep going.
All right, Maureen, as we let you go, happy birthday and happy Mother's Day. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much for having me. We should continue this conversation beyond today.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely available. And I'm also going to say to any mom who is struggling, I'm on social media as Maureen Waititu. Please reach out. We are in this together. Thank you for having me, and happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Thank you so much. Now we also have Desmond Wesonga. He says, I must acknowledge the information streaming in live. May I wish all mothers a happy Mother's Day, particularly my dear wife and mother to our son, James Daniel. I celebrate her tonight as she plays a role of my late mother. Besides being my wife, I love her so much, watching from Machakos. Happy Mother's Day to Mama Jamie Daniel. Now, as we wind up, what message do you have to your fellow young moms?
What I tell my fellow young moms, thank you for that, is first of all, accept and celebrate the children that God has given you. And we all had an image of this is what my child would look like, this is the life I'd have, this is the setup I'd have. We all had those plans, but sometimes they don't really go according to plan. So wherever state you are at, first of all, accept and celebrate. It's an amazing thing to be someone's mother, because God has given you a chance to nurture someone to their destiny or to their purpose. And it's a blessing. You need to view it as a blessing and do the work of dealing with whatever issues that you have as an individual. Do the work of building yourself and being better. I'm really against mothers blaming their children. Being a sports scientist and a wellness expert, probably you look a certain way because you became a mother to a certain number of kids and all. Do not blame motherhood. Motherhood takes a toll. Being pregnant and all takes a toll on women's body, all the hormonal changes and postpartum depression and all, but do not fail to take responsibility of your own wellness. Work on your emotional intelligence, work on your physical wellness, work on your social engagements with people, and just enjoy motherhood as it comes. It's different, I believe, in every stage. She would actually affirm that, or probably Maureen, but she's away. In every stage, it's totally different. Just embrace the change and give yourself the best. That's your best gift to your kids. Yeah, do not blame them for what you do not have. Give your best and enjoy motherhood. It's a blessing.
Wonderful. We have another Mother's Day wish. He says, I'm Kiprotich Benjamin, watching live from Makongeni Thika. Allow me to wish my mom, Emily Sigilai, happy Mother's Day. May she live long to enjoy the fruits of her effort. Happy Mother's Day, Mama Benjamin. Now, Lucy, what is your parting shot? Tell us how you've done it over these years and what we should pick up from you.
My parting shot, first, Maureen, happy birthday and happy Mother's Day. And to all the moms who are working in the TV 47, I'm sure there are those who are moms. Don't look, it's not the dad, it's moms. I wish you a happy Mother's Day, and all the young mamas, all the moms who are grandmas like me, I wish you happy Mother's Day. My friend in the US, Pauline Massetti, happy Mother's Day, Mama. And my parting shot is Motherhood is a lifetime title. That one you cannot discount. It is a process. It never ends. When I was your age, I was looking for my kids to go to school, standard 1 to standard 7 to 8, Form 1, university, getting married, having grandkids. It does not mean that you get out of their lives. You're still there, you still worry about them. So young kids, our daughters and sons, when you see your mothers worrying, it's not that they like worrying. They're still your mother. It doesn't matter if you're 50. Even my mother gets worried about me. So it is a process. If you are not worried about this, you're worried about this. Now I'm a grandma, I'm worried, like, how are my grandkids going to be raised? You know, it still becomes up. It's automatic, not that we want. It's not we care too much. And it's all mothers. So please, our children, understand us, and we urge you to seek for information that you do not have. Google doesn't have everything. That's why we are emphasizing on the respecting of the older persons. They are our heritage. They know so much that we do not know. The small things we know from our older mothers, our older grandmas, they know something we don't know. They have been where you are. They raised their son or daughter when he was 8, when he was 20, when he was 30, and when he was 50 like us. And still, so they know something. They have been to stages where I have not been. So let us pay attention to them, respect our parents, the young people, also parents. We also respect our children, and respecting does not mean like you're fearing them. It's getting to understand one another. So tuelewane, and to all mothers, Purity in Thika, my sister, wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much, ladies, for making time for us in studio. We have we have 3. Julia Odida says, happy Mother's Day to our mom, Mary Odida. We love you so much. We have, I am Bradley from Kisii. I love the show and wish my mom, Teresa, a happy Mother's Day. I'm Young Khalifa from Kayole. Kindly wish my mom happy Mom's Day. Love her so much. Happy Mother's Day to all moms watching us, and those offline. We wish that they receive your well wishes. Shutter. Good evening.
Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Feeling aire?
Gnaire.
Everything nice?
How are you doing today?
Niko best.
It's been a long time coming, Shutter.
Bahad nawe.
Karibu sana.
Been a while.
We are waiting. We are all pumped up waiting for what you have to do for us.
I hope you're not going home.
We are here to stay.
We give you a Mother's edition.
Yes, please.
Then you get to dancing.
Give us
and
a
feel
teaser.
aire. We give you aire vibes, yes?
All right, big things are gone. The floor is yours, Shutter.
Kabisa.
Kabisa.
Shukran sana.
All right, the say comes to a close at this particular point. We're leaving the stage for Shutter Boy as he takes over Irie Vibes. Have a wonderful